Are Fulham going to win the Premier League? Liverpool preparing a record transfer bid. Marco Arnautovic wants to leave West Ham. The halfway votes for the Balon D'Or have been leaked. And we have this week's great debate. That and more coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Froelich. You are the Onefootballers and this is the Daily News. First up, into some breaking news this morning as Fulham have fired their manager Slavisa Jokanovic and replaced him with Claudio Ranieri. So you know what this means, right? Ranieri is going to take Fulham to the Premier League title. Well, it might not be that easy. He did do the unthinkable, of course, with Leicester City a few years ago, but repeating that again, I think the odds are probably higher than the 5,000 to 1 they were then. Let's look at it realistically. If they won all of their remaining 26 games, they'd end up on a grand total of 83 points, which would only have been enough to win you the title on 2 of the previous 15 seasons, so it's unlikely to happen. Anyway, I think the manager, the players, the club and all of their fans should probably focus on surviving relegation rather than winning the title just yet. They currently sit rock bottom of the table after a very poor start to the season considering the amount of money they spent in the summer. And talking of money and big spending, Liverpool are apparently making a record transfer fee bid of £85 million for Barcelona's Ousmane Dembele. Now, I did do a video a few weeks ago speaking about Dembele potentially leaving Barcelona because of the fallout with Ernesto Valverde. Well, it seems this has continued as he was late to training again the other day, apparently calling in sick 15 minutes after training had started. All of these rumours mean that he looks to be on his way out of the new camp with Chelsea, Liverpool and Arsenal as potential destinations. However, it looks like Liverpool may be making the first move. Yet, where would he even play? Let me know in the comment section down below where you think Dembele would play. Would he take over Salah's position, who would go into a number 10 role? Would he go up front with Firmino dropping deeper? Where would Ousmane Dembele fit in at Anfield? But moving on to some more leaked information, as it appears that's all the football news is these days, and a French journalist has been quoted as saying that he's seen the halfway votes for the Balon D'Or. And guess who's in it? Not Cristiano Ronaldo and not Lionel Messi. Could we be seeing a new winner for the first time in 10 years? Not since Kaká won it in 2007 have we seen either Messi or Ronaldo not in first position. But at the halfway point, apparently the front runners are Luka Modric, Rafael Varane and Kylian Mbappe. Now, I don't know about you guys, but Modric has been my hot favourite for the Balon d'Or ever since winning the Golden Ball for the best player at the World Cup. As for Rafael Varane, well, he has the trophies to back it up, and Kylian Mbappe, well, with his fine form at the start of this season, he could win absolutely anything. He also did score in the final of the World Cup, so he's got that on his side too. If Rafael Varane does manage to take the trophy home, he'll be the first defender to win it since 2006, when the reigning world champion Fabio Cannavaro at Real Madrid and with Italy won the award. Now we move on to some more transfer news, and it could be goodbye for Marco Arnautovic at West Ham. The 29-year-old has reportedly said that he's at the best age to get a big move in his career and that he wants to be playing with the world's best. These kind of statements have been echoed by his brother, who is also his agent Daniel, who has said that although he's competing with the best players in the world in the Premier League, he also wants to be fighting for the European places and not to stave off relegation. This, unfortunately, is something that Hammers fans are facing after their poor start to the season under Manuel Pellegrini. As for Arnautovic, well, he managed to bag 11 goals last season and has got 5 already in his opening 10 games this season, meaning that he is a good prospect for most Premier League clubs. Apparently, Manchester United tried to sign him in the summer, and by the looks of it, they could probably do with him just about now. And lastly but not least, because it's a Wednesday, we come to this week's great debate, where we're set a question from our Onefootball newsroom, who have also had their say on the following question. Is the UEFA Nations League good for international football? Now, of course, you can check out my answer and all the rest of them by checking out our app. But as for this video, I'll let you guys in for my thoughts. And well, it depends on which way you're looking at it. From an England fan's point of view and from any big team's point of view, it's exciting. You get to see the best players facing off against each other every few months, and it also gives them the good experience of playing in the big games against the big opposition. Alongside this, it also brings in a lot more fans and a lot more general interest rather than people skipping out when the teams play the lower countries. However, for those lower countries, I think it could be making international football a little bit worse. Yes, they do have the chance to win games, which some of them haven't done for years. However, when it comes to money and attracting the kind of attention that their players want, they are missing out massively. Imagine being a really talented player from a smaller country. You finally get the big chance to show off your skills against England at Wembley. The stage couldn't be bigger. However, because of the new UEFA Nations League, you're not. you're playing against other small sides, which just isn't as interesting. As for the financial side of it, well, UEFA pay the teams to compete, but of course, if you're in one of the higher groups of England, Spain, Germany, you get paid a lot more, and if you're in one of the lower groups, you don't get paid as much, which then doesn't funnel down as much as it would do into the grassroots football of that country. Of course, you guys can have your say as well. Let me know in the comment section below whether you think the UEFA Nations League is good, whether you think one of Varane, Mbappe and Modric should be winning the Ballon d'Or, whether you think any of today's transfer news is realistic, and whether or not Claudio Ranieri can lead Fulham to Premier League glory. Of course, you can click here to check out all the other videos that we've got going on Onefootball, and you can also smash that like button down below whilst you're there. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.